Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy if you're new here, and if you are not new here, thanks so much for coming back. We really appreciate having you. Today we are going to talk about my spending freeze. I think I said in my last video when I did my intermittent fasting update that I was going to do a what do I eat in a day video, and I am going to do that, but it's going to come a little bit later because I realized I needed to update on my spending freeze. So if you are just tuning in, I did a no spend / low spend challenge for the month of July. So what that looked like for us was, in a true no spend, you don't spend any money. And they usually say to do it for a week or two and just see how it goes. It's not practical for us to not spend any money because we do have 4 kids. Right now, like 9 cats, because one of them had kittens. We're not that crazy. But anyway, you know, we have cats, we have ferrets, we have kids, and we have a small freezer. So realistically, we couldn't buy enough food to last us an entire month and not spend any money. And also, the point of a no spend is not to stock up and then not spend money. It's to just go about, just start it on a normal day and not spend from that point forward, having not pre-spent, if that makes sense. So we did more of a low spend and not a true spending freeze. Our low spend rules were, we were budgeting $150 a week for groceries. We were budgeting as much money as Tim needed to get back and forth to work in his car, and then 1 tank of gas for the 2-week period for my van. And then of course we have 1 Amazon subscribe and save order that comes at the beginning of the month, and that's like vitamins for the kids, food for the ferrets, things like that, that we need anyway. And so we let that order stay, but the rule was no other purchases off Amazon, no eating out, no doing anything like that. And we were just, you know, save as much money as we could and see kind of where our spending was at and where we were putting all of our money. So, did we succeed or fail? Well, I'm not gonna call it a failure. I'm gonna call it a success. 85% success, because we learned where we're spending money. Now, I did buy a few things off of Amazon towards the end of the month. We did eat out 1 or 2 times in the middle of the month, but we didn't spend money out of our regular budget. We had some money come in that we weren't expecting, and we used that to dine out. We also spent some money, we're trying to remodel the bathroom. The bathtub was leaking, and so we had to, we haven't been able to use it, and we had bought a new tub back in March, and then things got crazy and we didn't anyway. So we're trying to get the new tub put in, but we needed some plumbing supplies. So we used that money that we hadn't been expecting, and we used that to buy plumbing supplies. So we did purchase things that were not in the budget, but we didn't buy anything else on Amazon aside from, like I said, the few things that we needed. I had to get a few things for Emma because she has a youth retreat coming up and she needed a couple of things to take with her. So I did buy those. We knew she had the youth retreat coming up, and so we kind of knew we were going to need to spend money on that. But I forgot at the beginning, probably when I made a video. I don't think I even mentioned it. And then I had a trip to New York. We weren't sure if I was going to make that or not, but I did. And so we spent the money for that, but that was money that we had already planned at the beginning and set aside. So that doesn't count as like money that we weren't supposed to spend. The few times that we ate out, it was, like I said, we probably could have made it home, but we had extra money and we wanted to go get food. It is what it is. So all in all, we did well. We were able to pay off 1 credit card entirely, and I actually closed that credit card because it's just one. It's not a real long-standing account, so it's not benefiting our credit by being open, and it was just kind of there, and it would be like, oh shoot, forgot the debit card. Well, we'll just use this credit card. And then it would kind of just get paid off slowly, and then we're paying interest, and it's just a waste of money. So we did cancel that. We just canceled our Hulu Live subscription, so we had the Hulu with live TV. And really the only reason that we had live TV is because my husband and I like to watch The Flash and Arrow, and you can't watch those on regular Hulu. So we didn't have access to them, but realistically we have enough shows that we watch anyway, and we kind of binge watch on Netflix or Amazon Prime. We have both of those, and so we kind of decided, you know, it's worth it to just wait till the end of the season and spend the summer when we're not homeschooling and doing all the other things, to just watch those during the summer, and we can catch up on it then, and it saves us literally $45 a month. So we did cancel that. We paid off a credit card. We were able to make the trip to New York without having to spend any money out of our normal budget. So I would say all in all, it's a success. We did spend some things that we didn't need to spend, but overall, we learned that a lot of our money goes to, one, midweek grocery trips. We were able to successfully eat on a budget of $150 a week. The first week we didn't even spend that much. We spent very, very much less than that, and we just ate out of our pantry. And then as we had to replenish things because we didn't have all the extra, we did spend closer to the $150. And there were a few times where we went over by maybe a few dollars, but I just kind of pulled that out of like the gas budget or something else. We were able to eat on that amount each week. It was a little tricky because Tim doesn't get paid bi-weekly. He gets paid twice a month, so he gets paid at like the 15th and then the end of the month. So sometimes instead of like, oh, every other Friday or every Friday I'll go shopping, like it landed where we got to Friday and it was technically shopping day, but he didn't get paid till Monday. And so we kind of had to get a little creative. And in the future, I think that I will probably, you know, I'll just adjust for that with our shopping trips. All in all, it went really well. We learned that we don't need to make midweek grocery trips. It wastes money. We always buy something that we don't need. We shop too much on Amazon. I put things in my cart on Amazon, and then as a rule, I walked away. And then I came back and I was like, oh, I really don't need that. If I don't buy it right now, I kind of like have time to rethink about it. And I'm like, oh, I really don't need that. That's a waste of money. So that saved us money. So that's something we will be mindful of in the future. It was a good lesson. We eat out way too much. We learned that too. It's not that hard to come home and even just have a simple lunch or whatever of sandwiches or, you know, scrambled eggs or whatever the kids want to eat that's really fast to make. And in the end, it saves a lot of money. And if we have the extra money, like, you know, hey guys, we've done a lot of work around the house today, let's go get some ice cream because they're having a sale at the Sweet Frog and, you know, whatever. We have the money to do that because we didn't go out to eat 13 times because we couldn't wait 5 minutes to drive home and nobody wanted to cook. You know what I mean? So we learned a lot of valuable benefits. We did spend a little bit of money. It wasn't a true spending freeze. It was a low spend, but I think overall it was very successful. And there are habits that we will carry forward into the future, like weekly shopping trips instead of bi-weekly, because normally we would shop every 2 weeks, a big shopping trip, and then we'd go to the store in between as we needed things. Well, we can buy once a week, not run out of what we need. If we do run out, the kids know they just wait, and it's not that big of a deal. The first time we ran out of peanut butter, they rioted. After that, they were like, okay, well, when's shopping day? And, you know, they were a lot more mindful. So I think that was one of the major goals, is like mindfulness and being aware of what we have, how long we have until we get more, and how much we actually need of something. So like I said, all in all, I feel really good about the lessons that we learned from doing this no spend. We kind of started to break the cycle of instant gratification and learn that maybe if we can't get it right now, we should wait and we should save for it. And if by the time we've saved, it's not really that important to us anymore, we don't need it. I also, in the midst of my no spend, did a 30-day declutter challenge and got rid of like just a ton of stuff. And I think that really helped because I was like, man, why would I buy stuff? Like, I'm not buying that. I just got rid of all this stuff. I'm not bringing anything else into my house. So that was super helpful in doing that. And I just feel like overall it's really positive. I would encourage anybody that's kind of trying to save money or just rework their budget to do either like a 2-week or a 30-day, whatever you want to do. Low spend, set parameters, and make goals. You know, I'm gonna buy groceries, I'm gonna pay my bills, and I'm gonna get gas for the car, and that's it. We're not spending on anything else. And then whenever you want to go spend, write it down. Oh, well, I wanted to go do this today, and this is how much money we would have spent on it. You can then see how much you've saved, and it's really amazing, and you learn a lot of things from it. So I'm very happy we did it. We will probably do it again in like 3 months. I feel like if we cycle through and do it every couple of months, we can save some money. We can see what habits we're developing before they get bad. We can cut out bad spending habits, and hopefully that will just put us in a place where we're more comfortable and more able to do what we want to do with our money instead of what we end up doing with our money. So all in all, it was fantastic. I feel like, again, we paid off an entire credit card and got rid of that. We were able to pay all of our bills, make the trips that we needed to make, and everything worked out really well. So I'm going to call it a success. What do you think? If you are interested in hearing more about what we do here, homeschooling, intermittent fasting, budgeting, anything like that, then please feel free to subscribe down below. you can keep up to date with everything that's going on. You won't miss any videos. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again soon. Bye.